What's up, YouTube? Your boys are back with Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. JD, little different look for me today. The people got to get used to it. This is where I'm going to be going forward. So super excited to do my first show in the new Alpha Studios. JD, how are you today, brother?
Doing good, man. Start off the day here. Broadcasting to everywhere is not quite working, so this is going to be a YouTube only show.
Yep.
So a little bit different for us, but no, man, everything's good. Today has been. I feel like I've already gotten a lot done. I woke up at like 6, and like I've been doing stuff ever since. So yeah, I feel like it's already been a really long day, but it's been a really good day though. So
that's all good stuff. Usually you want that. When you have stuff starting early in the day, helps you get through. If you've made it to the show already and you've done a bunch of stuff throughout the day, because we start at noon locally for the both of us. So if we're able to get a lot done before noon, it means it's been a good day. JD, I feel that, brother. You know what it is when you go through a move. I showed you what it looks like on one side of my camera compared to the other side of the camera. So one side, I've gotten a lot done. One side, I most certainly have not. But JD, I'm excited to be back on here with you today. Happy that Hefe was able to come on yesterday, carry me a little bit, and I heard he did pretty well. I also heard you did pretty well. So, JD, let's go over a recap on what happened yesterday. It is going to be the Monday recap. How did you do yesterday? Break it down.
And yeah, yesterday, as far as the show, I had my best bet as the Reds team total over 4.5. That was a nice, easy win. Hit in the 4th inning or 5th inning, so somewhere around there. And then Hefe's Hefe I know was on the I believe he was on the Pirates, which actually that guy there. But yeah, I feel like every game that we broke down, I feel like we actually hit every single game. But yesterday, like overall for me, Mondays you always want to get out to that hot start, and that's what I did. I actually went 8-2. Had a nice big 13-unit day.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, man, like it was a really good day.
I love to hear the boys are doing well. I'm also in the same boat, JD. So to piggyback off Hefe's Pirates play yesterday, my POD play of the day yesterday was the under 7 in that game. Little nervy that it went 3-0 in the second inning, but the game ended there. There were no runs the rest of the game, only 3 innings in that bottom of the second. So that was able to carry us to a 3-0 under catch. We also hit our parlay of the day. And coming off Sunday, we went 5-1, almost got the sweep. The Cubs blew a big lead to kind of ruin that, but we're red hot right now. So you're hot, I'm hot, the people are here, and we have winners to give out for the people today. So JD, let's dive into the show, start breaking down some MLB action.
Let's do it.
I hope J-Bo finds us, by the way. I know he's in Puerto Rico. I hope he finds us.
I was literally just thinking that. I was like, this is going to be weird without him in the chat.
Right? J-Bo, if you're out there, we hope you find us, brother. Everyone else who's here, we see Stetsy Boy, we see Casper, we see Joseph. Oh, Joseph is Stetsy Boy, so I added him twice. I meant to say Mr. Norman is with us as well. We appreciate you, Bill. All right, JD. Well, the first game we're breaking down today is going to be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Washington Nationals. Pitching for the Cincinnati Reds is their young phenom, Chase Burns. Well, projected young phenom. Can't really call him that yet because he is 0-1 on the year with a 6.19 ERA and a 1.63 whip. On the other side, Brad Lord. Brad Lord is 2-5 on the year with a 3.46 ERA. JD, neither of these pitchers have been great this year. We all know Burns has had 1 or 2 decent starts. We know what he is capable of. We know he will be a guy we are probably going to be talking about for the next 10 years. He's a guy who's one of the top pitching prospects. But the first question I have for you, JD, is he ready? Did they rush him up a little too early? What are your thoughts about Chase Burns, and what do you like in this game?
I don't know if they rushed him up. I just don't know if if actually being a starter is really his best bet.
Really? You think he should be a reliever?
Yeah, I think the way that he pitches, man, the way that he throws. I mean, like everybody knows, he throws like hard.
Gas can.
And when he
throws hard.
When he pitches every pitch, I mean, he has to he gives his all. And his problem has actually turned into walks. And then when you have those walks, of course, everything starts to happen there. And then his pitch count runs actually way up. I'm not sure. I think for him, we just need to see more. But what's going on, Joe? But Yeah.
Man, you can't make him you know the value you're going to lose by making him a reliever? This guy's supposed to be one of the next top young guns. Converting him to a reliever this early after just a couple starts. Like, I get what you're saying. I get the way he pitches, his style. Yeah. It's kind of like a closer, right? Like a lights out, shut down closer.
Yeah.
He has that kind of stuff. But he also has that kind of stuff where he can be a 6 to 7 inning every 5 days, get you a win type of guy. So that's an interesting concept because I haven't heard anyone say that yet, but it does make sense with the way he does pitch and his style that he may be a better closer in the future, but converting a prospect like this to a reliever this early would be interesting, I would say.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not saying that they should go ahead and do it now.
Yeah.
But actually down the road, would it completely shock me? No. But that's the thing with him, just like you were talking about. You're either going to get a lights out performance from him where he strikes out 13 guys, or either he's going to get hit and he's going to give up runs. He just seems to be that like type of guy. And today, I mean, you know, past few starts, I mean, he hasn't been. I mean, he's been hey, what has he started at? I think 4 games now.
Yeah, he's only really had one blow up. The blow up was against the Red Sox where they lost 13-6.
Yeah.
And the last 2 starts, he gave up a combined 3 earned runs. But 2 starts ago, he was only able to go 4 2/3. But I mean, that's the thing when you look at him, JD. You look at his strikeout numbers, right? He had that one start against Boston where he didn't get out of the first inning. He only had he only got 1 out. He had no strikeouts because he only got that 1 out, like I said. But if you take that start out of it, in his only 3 MLB starts, 10 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, all in 6 innings or less. 2 of those were in 5 innings or less. So, I mean, when this guy is on, he's getting swing and misses at rates we really haven't seen from a young kid like this outside of Paul Skeens in a very long time.
Yeah. But one thing that jumps out to me, though, is with those walks, like I was talking about, through these starts, he has a 1.63 whip. So that, like I said, the walks he has to cut down on, and that's what, because you know when you walk guys, you get guys on base. That's when that inning where you just randomly give up 3, it just goes like that.
100%.
But so anyway, to day, we got this game here. The Reds need him to give them length here, because yesterday's game, there was 18 runs scored. Far as the Nationals, as far as their bullpen, they had to use 6 arms. And those weren't 6 arms just coming in to throw just a couple pitches or something. They used 6 arms.
Yep.
And well, then on the other side of this, you have Brad Lord, and him as a starter this season, he has not done well. He's been somebody I've been trying to fade, and they have moved him out actually of that role.
Yep.
And actually out of the pen, he actually really hadn't been bad. But this tells me that this is going to basically kind of be a bullpen game.
Oh yeah.
And the Nationals have the worst bullpen in the league, and they also used 6 bullpen arms last night. To me, this just sets up for runs. This total was at 9. It's down to 8.5 now. I honestly don't know why.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm actually about to rebet this. Because I just cannot figure it out. But yeah, with as far as 2 extra bullpens, that, like I said, that were heavily used last night, both of these bullpens are not good, especially the Nats. If you ask the VIP, we've been fading this Nats bullpen constantly, with either actually a team total over for the opposite team, or either a full game over or something. And it's been going very well for us. So yeah, I'm actually just going to take the full game over here, man.
I love that. I think this game does go over as well. One thing I was looking at that I found interesting is the Nationals team totals only set at 3.5, and it's juiced on the under. I was a little surprised about that. I thought they'd have a 4.5 line there. But for me, I am going to be taking the Reds money line, guys. Like JD put it perfectly, Brad Lord is not a good starter. He should not be a starter. He's going to be an opener. He'll maybe go 1 to 2 innings tonight. You take a look at his most recent performances. They used him in more of a reliever role. I think that's the expectation we'll get out of him today. I think he's going to be a short starter here. And JD, you took everything I was going to say. Nationals, worst bullpen in baseball. They're going to have to go a lot of innings today. I do think Burns is going to be able to kind of flip it around and continue and build off his last two starts, because his last two starts were good. Like I said, it's just one start that really has blown up his numbers.
Yeah.
The first game he pitched, they beat the Yankees. He was able to go 5 innings, had 8 strikeouts. And then in his last 2 games, like I spoke about earlier, he's only given up a combined 3 earned runs. And in those 2 games, he's had 17 strikeouts. This is a guy, as the season goes on, I think it'll be harder to bet him. But because he had that one disastrous start, I think we're getting a pretty decent price on him at the -135. That's exactly what I'm going to be playing here. Shout out to everyone in the comments as well, JD. Everyone's here. Joe had me laughing. He was able to find it. Monzi is here. We appreciate you. Benjamin's here. And Thomas is here. We appreciate the kind words, Thomas, as well. One thing I have to tell you, JD, which I find hilarious, our good pal, a good friend of Moneyball Metrics, Footy Chancellor, loves to comment on the show. He's too old to figure out how to comment on YouTube. I just checked my DMs on Twitter. I have about 47 DMs from Footy saying, how do I comment on YouTube? I can't figure it out. Hilarious. Footy, if you're out there, figure it out. It's not hard to comment on YouTube. You're not that old, dude. Figure it the fuck out. All right, JD. Brucey's here as well. What's up, Brucey?
Hang on. One other thing about that game that I was just thinking about. If you like K props, for Burns there, I would not lay any juice, because if he's going to go over his K prop, I think he's going to go well over his actual K prop. So I would bump that up. So
I would agree with you, JD. I would 1,000% agree with you there. All right, you ready to move on to the second game of the day, which is it's a tough one for me to talk about. It really is. Let's do it, brother. We got my 2 favorite teams in baseball this year, the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. Unfortunately, the Yankees are my team because, as you can see, I grew up a Yankee fan. I am a Yankee fan. The Blue Jays are my favorite team this year because they keep fucking winning when I bet on them. So it's not great when my favorite team to bet on is playing my favorite team. But here we are today. Pitching for the Yanks is Cam Schlittler. Cam Schlittler is a freaking star in the making, JD. You know, you've seen me talk about this kid all the time. He's 1-0 on the year with a 5.06 ERA. The thing about Schlittler, he's 6'7". He throws 100 miles per hour all game. The Yankees have not had a young fire thrower like Schlittler in quite some time. But he's going up against a pretty tough pitcher to go up against. So you have the young kid starting his career, good hard thrower, a lot of steam around him, going up against Max Scherzer, a guy who's done it all, who's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for, I don't know, the last 20 years, JD. So this is an interesting one tonight. Scherzer is not the same guy we're used to. He's 1-0 on the year with a 4.7 ERA. Unfortunately, Father Time catches up with everyone, but he still has some good stuff. He's still able to have a couple good games. He's just not going to give you the normal 20 to 25 outrageous starts a year. You're maybe going to get 5 to 10 really good starts out of Max Scherzer at this point in his career. JD, the Blue Jays are hot. They've taken over control of the AL East. They're sitting at 59-41. They're 36-16 at home. They're doing everything they can do. The Yanks have a losing record on the road. They're 25-26 on the year. They're currently sitting 4 full games back of this Blue Jays team for the AL East lead. All that being said, what do you like in this game? Oh, and shout out J-Bo. Big news, J-Bo, we were just talking about you. Me and JD said we hope you're able to find us today. You are leaving Puerto Rico today. Hope you have safe travels back home, brother, and get back very soon.
For sure. Man, I think this is a tough game. As far as the Blue Jays, I was on them last night. So I was definitely happy to get that winner. But man, the Blue Jays at actually home, you may have already said this, but they are the best home team in baseball. They're 36-16 at home on the season. As far as Mad Max though, man, I just don't trust him.
I feel the same.
Especially against a Yankees lineup that can, smash. But then again, the Blue Jays, I don't really want to bet against them either because I've been riding them. And as far as the Yankees this season, they've kind of owned them. As far as everything here, as far as Thomas in the chat, just put that comment, and I kind of agree here.
I was waiting to say it. I'm in the exact same boat.
Like I would have to lean Jays, but honestly, I think this game is priced very well.
I so agree. I so agree.
Now, I do think we actually see some runs here tonight, but we have a total of 9, so that's also priced well. Yep. I just don't see this like should be another really good game. But as far as value, like betting value, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat as you. You don't know what you're going to get from Schlittler. He's an up-and-coming young stud pitcher who's making his second career start, guys. You don't know what you're going to get. It's truly a toss-up. And on the other side, Max Scherzer's another guy that you don't get a good read on this year because you don't know what version of him is going to show up, truthfully. So this one to me is a no play, but I do have a gun to my head. Blue Jays win this game. That's the way I'll put it. But I think there's better value on the board than playing this game tonight. Also, I'm a little biased with my Yankees jersey, as you guys know, but I do think the Blue Jays are. If there was any side to take in this one, it would be the Blue Jays. All right, JD, ready to keep it moving on to our third game of the day?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We got the Brewers. We got the Mariners. Pitching for the Brewers is Jacob Misiorowski. We all know who this guy is. He's another one of those young, up-and-coming pitchers who, to be honest with you, would you put him in the Paul Skeens company right now, JD? Because if he's not, he's just one tick right below it for how he's done so far in his career. He's 4-1, 2.81 ERA, 0.9 WHIP. This guy's been unbelievable. On the other side, for the Mariners, we have Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert is 2-3 on the year with a 3.39 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP. Decent pitching matchup here, JD. It really is, and that's kind of reflected in the total, because this is one of those where we're seeing one of the lowest totals of the year. They don't really get much lower than what we're expecting in tonight's Brewers game here. And JD, also, the Brewers have been the hottest team in baseball. You can get the total at 6.5 in this game. Just a very interesting line with these two teams going at it. All that being said, Brewers, Mariners, what we got, JD?
Yeah, man, the Brewers, they're hot. Where are they going tonight for 12 straight games?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, as far as it's always interesting to see, because right actually before the All-Star break is when they got hot. And it's always interesting to see if that's going to carry over. Because
And it has.
And it definitely has here. I have actually been on them. I actually was on this team last night. I believe we were all on this team last night. I didn't understand why they were an underdog. And I'm literally in the same boat here. I don't understand why they are the underdog. Because as far as on the mound, start the game, I really do think that they have the edge here. I mean, as far as Misiorowski goes, I know he's only had the 5 starts, but gosh, like he's looked so good.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, as far as the bats go, they currently have the edge there. As far as the bullpen goes, they have the edge there. I've like been riding them. As far as the books go, I know a lot of people are not going to take the Brewers because they're going to do actually like they did last night and be like, why are they not favored here?
They're underdogs for a reason. It's a trap game. They're trying to get you to take the Brewers. They're on an 11-game win streak. We obviously are going to fade them because we're so sharp, right? Right.
But I've been on them here, so I'm going to keep riding them, man. I actually locked it in at plus 110.
JD, I'm riding with you, brother. I also have him at plus 110. You're going to give me the Miz man, the Misiorowski man, one of the hardest throwers, best pitchers we've seen come up in years. And I know it's hard to kind of value some of these pitchers and look at them as one of the best in years because we just saw what Paul Skeens did last year. What Paul Skeens did last year is not normal. What Misiorowski's doing right now is not normal, guys. This is not what you see when a rookie pitcher comes into the bigs and starts dealing the first couple games. It's just not what we normally see. So when we see these kids come up here with giant statures like Misiorowski at 6'1,000", going up throwing 1,000 miles an hour, making the All-Star game after only pitching in 5 games, which don't get me started. I think that was really bad. But at the same time, Misiorowski has been unbelievable. There's no other way to put it. And I do think this Brewers team, you have to keep backing them till the wheels fall off. This Mariners team, outside Cal Raleigh offensively, kind of is really lacking all over the lineup. If he's not doing big dumper things and they're not getting a couple clutch hits, this team really struggles on the offensive side. You're going to go up against Misiorowski, who throws hard, has a lot of strikeouts. I think it's a good recipe for the Brewers to get another underdog win. Give me the Brew Crew. I am all over them in today's spot. And J-Bo, you can rewind. I see you requesting the Reds and Nationals. That was, excuse me, that was the first game we covered. So you can check that out. Oh, JD, I'm dying over here. All right. We got one more pre-scheduled game we're doing. J-Bo, I'm sure you got a couple you want us to talk about, so drop them in the chat. But JD, we move on to the Astros and the D-backs. By the way, I have to take a moment here.
Okay.
The asking price for Gina Eugenio Suarez is absurd. If they think they're going to get what they're asking for from anybody, they are out of their damn minds. And somebody is blowing up the Discord right now, JD, because I heard that as well. Yeah. Guys, make sure you're in the Discord. It's a great time to plug the Discord. People are going off in there. People are talking, giving out plays. Make sure you guys check out the Moneyball Metrics Discord. It's the best Discord on the planet. And I think JD agrees with me, right? I don't think there's a better Discord out there that you could think of.
I definitely agree there.
Yeah, I can't think of any better, JD. So get in there, guys. Have fun with us and win with us. But back to this game. Astros, D-backs. Pitching for the Astros is my guy. Somebody I love to back, and that's Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez is 10-4 in the year, 2.75 ERA, 1.12 WHIP. In 121 innings of work, he's got 125 strikeouts. And the big thing to me, JD, the big number I like to look at for an elite starting pitcher, he's allowed 8 homers in 121 innings. That's really good. That's such a low number of homers allowed this year. Hopefully he'll be able to continue that as the year goes on. Pitching for the D-backs is Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez. If you've seen this show before, you know how I feel about Erod. Erod is 3-6 on the year, 6 ERA, 1.7 WHIP. In 80 innings of work, he's allowed 105 hits. Let me repeat that. In 80 innings of work, he's allowed 105 hits. Let's now add in his walks, 29 walks. That is why his whip is at a 1.7. It is really bad. And you know that number I was just looking at, JD, that stat I told you I love to look at for elite pitchers? How many homers have he given up this year, bro? Do you keep the ball in the park? He does not. He's allowed 16 homers in 40 less innings than Framber Valdez. He has doubled the homers allowed by Framber Valdez in 40 less innings. Really bad there. JD, over to you. Big intro for me there. What do you got in this one?
You know what? Before I really dug into this game, I just looked at this line and I was like, holy shit. Astros max play.
Yep.
Like what is this line? But then I slowed down and actually started to like dig in. And as far as actually Valdez, he's the guy that I definitely want to back him a lot this season, and I will continue to back him. But when you look at his numbers, when he's on the road, he does not pitch as actually well. And then when you look at the Diamondbacks versus actually left-handers, they've actually been hitting them well. So this line tells me that the Diamondbacks are going to they're actually going to put up runs here. There's what this line tells me. And as we all know, as you just talked about, as we talked about a lot in the past, Erod, I was about to say I can't stand him. I actually love him because I just love to fade him and actually some actually sort of way.
Agreed.
He is not good. And I think the Astros can also get plenty of runs here off of him. So I actually was on the over in actually this game last night, and tonight I'm actually going right back to it here. This line is just telling me that actually there's going to be runs. So I'm just going to follow that, and I'm going to take the over.
Bro, have you seen Erod's home to away splits?
I don't have a.
He's so bad on the year, right? He's got just about a 6 ERA on the year, right? At home, he's got a 6.5 ERA. He's somehow even worse at home this year. I agree with you. I think we're going to see runs in this game. I am going to take the Astros, though. I do know Valdez is not as good on the road. He has a 4 ERA compared to his season ERA of a 2.75. So he has pitched significantly worse on the road. However, I think Erod gets shelled here. I think we're going to see a ton of runs coming up against Erod in this one. And I think the Astros should be able to get it done. I know it's a bit of a fishy line. I know it's a bit of a weird one, but I do think the right play here is absolutely going to be the Astros. Let's see a big Astros win here. And JD, let's see him score 20 runs. So you cash your over on just the Astros runs? Because I don't want to sweat this one, bro. Can we not have this one go back and forth? Let's just have one where we both cash it with no sweat at all. David, appreciate that, brother. Glad to see you in here. Always love having you in the show. All right, JD, we had a comment from our guy. And J-Bo, when you have a request, we do it because that's what we do on this show. So let's go over the Tigers and the Pirates, guys. Pitching for the Tigers is Casey Mize. Casey Mize is 9-3 with a 3.15 ERA. Pitching for the Pirates will be his last start in Pittsburgh. I'm fairly confident. Finally, Mitch Keller will go to a team that can help him because Mitch Keller is 3-10 in the year, guys, with a 3.4 ERA. 3-10 with a 3.4 ERA. Can the Pirates screw this guy any more than they screw him all the time? He's got a 1.1 whip, a 3.4 ERA, and he has a record of 3-10. I say it every time I look at his stats when he's pitching for the day because it's just insane how little run support this guy gets. However, JD, you were the first one on this, and I'm going to give you credit for it for as long as it keeps going. Casey Mize is not the same Casey Mize as he was in the first half of the season, and you were all over that. He has regressed. He's gotten shelled pretty hard. He has not done well in the second half of the season so far. So, JD, we're going to kick it off to you. Breaking this one down for yet again our guy, J-Bo. We got the Tigers. We got the Pirates. What do you got?
Yeah, guys, this goes back to what I talked about right after the All-Star break on actually Friday. Before any games were played, I gave you all a few teams of who I thought was going to do well in the second half and who I thought was not going to do as well in the second half. And the Tigers were on the top of that list of who I thought was not going to do as well in the second half. And I believe they've only won one game actually so far.
Yep.
In the second half here, they are a team that I think are just over actually valued currently.
I think we have the same feeling on them, JD, where we still think they're a good team. We still think they're a playoff caliber team, but we don't think they're the best team in baseball. No. And I think that's a very fair analysis of this game.
Yes. I don't think they're the best team in baseball, by far. But still a good team. Yes. With saying that, I think that they're overvalued here again to a day. As far as the Pirates, I'm definitely showing value on them.
I'm interested in what you play here because I'm on the same line, but I have a weird bet on this one.
I'm actually not playing anything. The Pirates,
damn it.
I actually rode them for that little bit there, but they're still not playing. They're still not playing well. I mean, actually, last night, yes, they got the job done, but ultimately, to me, they're still not playing well. So they're a team that I'm just not looking to back. So this becomes a game of, like I said, it's just two teams I really don't want to back currently. So for me, there are plenty of other games today. So this was an easy pass.
Quickly, JD, I forgot to say one thing I wanted to add for the Astros side today. So I apologize. There's one more thing I wanted to add. Yordan Alvarez is scheduled to return from the 60-day injured list today. Today is the day that the 60 days is officially up and he's eligible to come back. We have not gotten any word if he does play, but something to monitor. If we see him in the lineup, obviously, I like them even more. So just keep your eye out for that. His 60-day IL stint has ended as of today, so he may be back in this game. Back over the Tigers.
That's huge.
That's huge. I mean, huge. Huge is an understatement to put how much value he has to this team, especially since they lost Bregman. Even over the last couple of years, no Kyle Tucker. They lost a lot of big bats. They need him in there. Back to this game. You guys know I don't play any minus 1.5. You know that. Everyone who watches the show knows that. But I occasionally play a plus 1.5. And this is the spot. You can currently get the Pirates at a plus 1.5, guys, at a minus 145. I know it's not as valuable taking the Pirates on the money line, but I feel a lot comfortable that Mitch Keller will keep this within a one-run game. I feel comfortable that the Pirates offense should be able to get a couple runs and keep this within one by the time this game ends. We saw them get a couple runs last night against Flaherty. I think they'll be able to again. And we all saw the Tigers offense yesterday just get shut out. Even when Paul Skeens came out of the game, they still got shut out. And as JD said, this team has one win in the last, I don't know how many games it's been since the All-Star break. I apologize for starting it that way. But they have one win since the All-Star break.
Hey, and then actually going into the All-Star break, they lost 5 in a row.
Yep.
Or somewhere around there. So.
And what do we say on the show, JD? When one team is consistently doing something in the summer, you ride it. Because that's summer baseball. That's just what it is. Another reason we backed the Brewers, I'm assuming you took that into account. A reason I'm taking the Pirates today, plus 1.5. Absolutely love that play. All right, JD, any other plays you want to give the people before we dive into best bets?
No, I think that's all I have here.
Quickly, I do want to quickly say, if you're in here right now and you're only on Twitter and you pulled it up for the YouTube today to support us and be here for the show, we greatly appreciate it. We will hopefully be back on Twitter over the next couple days. There's an issue with the system that we use right now that is not allowing us to broadcast directly to Twitter. But we do appreciate everyone who rerouted all the way to YouTube to still come and support the show. So I just want to put it out there. All the commenters today, especially you guys have been fantastic. We really appreciate that. All right. Enough being nice to the people, JD. Because besides being nice to the people, we give the people winners. And that's what we're here to do. Best bets for today, Tuesday, July 22nd. JD, kick us off. You're the red hot JD right now. What do you got?
Best bet today. Let's go back to that first game that we broke down. The Reds and the Nationals. Give me the over there. The over 8.5 runs. I just think this total is just too low. I do find it a little weird that this total has been bet down, but that is not going to scare me off. So yeah, give me that Reds and Nationals over 8.5 runs.
I'm giving out 2. You got a second one? You're just doing 1.
Let me look here.
JD is also on Cam Schlittler, starting pitcher of the New York Yankees, over 26.5 strikeouts. JD is predicting a 27 strikeout game for Cam Schlittler tonight. I'm obviously kidding, guys. Obviously kidding.
Let's go to the last game that we just talked about. Give me that Astros and the Diamondbacks over 8.5 runs. So tonight we're going to go with 2 overplays.
I love it. All right, first play for me. Reds on the money line. I think they get it done with Burns on the bump today. I expect a big performance out of them. Play number 2. The Pittsburgh Pirates plus 1.5. Happy Mitch Keller Day. One more thing to note about the Pirates I didn't say before. There was a couple notes I jotted down, JD, I wanted to bring up for a couple games, and I fucking forgot them because we got off on a million different things. So I do want to also say for this Pirates team and for Mitch Keller, this is probably his last start in Pittsburgh. There are many teams interested in his services for the rest of the year. He's a perfect trade candidate. JD, we say this on the show all the time. He doesn't want to be in Pittsburgh anymore. I will guarantee you. Mitch Keller would prefer to be anywhere else but Pittsburgh right now for how little they've hit for him over the last couple years. I think he's going to pitch a gem. I think he's going to pitch great up until the deadline. I think this is his last start. He may have one more, but either way, if he does get one more start still in Pittsburgh, someone I'm probably going to back in one way or another. I like backing guys who have potential to leave a shit team and go to a playoff contending team, like the Mitch Keller situation right here. So my second final best bet, guys, is going to be the Pirates plus 1.5. JD.
You know what? You may have talked me in actually to a Pirates first 5 play.
I like that too.
I'll have to see what the price is, but
I can pull it up real quick.
You just may have talked me in
money line or run line?
The money line.
Okay, let's pull it up. First 5 money line. Pirates are a plus 105. Don't hate that at all. Would have liked it at a plus 120. But still don't hate it at a plus 120.
Right.
I could sense by your face and the little you said after I said that you felt the same way. I'm going to be honest, JD. My favorite play is still a plus 1.5 for the full game. I think that's the best play on the game.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? All right, we have a comment here. One more. David's parlay of the day. David, I haven't seen that in a while. I'd love to see your parlay of the day. We got the Cubbies, the Rangers, the Rays, and the Dodgers -1 plus 375. David, coming here tomorrow. Let us know when that hits. We're excited to see it. JD, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Guys, Monday, we all had a big day. So today's Tuesday. Let's run it right back. Let's have another huge day. Let's have a huge week. I hope everybody has a great Tuesday, and let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, JD. And as we say on the show, we were going from good to great, and we're going to keep it up. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace out, everybody. Let's cash though out tonight.